Welcome you back to the Domino's post-game report. Carson-Newman defeats Clayton State 73-66. Mike Mincey gets career win number 200. He's the 5th South Atlantic Conference coach in history to hit that tally. Coach, you're the 3rd Carson-Newman coach to do that. What's it mean to win a 200th basketball game here in your 11th season at the helm?
I don't want to get into cliches and all that stuff, but it's really true. When you have good players, you can win games. And a lot of coaches I talk to, I always emphasize that we have a role, obviously, in the outcome of the games. But if you don't have good players, you can't win games. And certainly I've been blessed over my 11-year career at Carson-Newman to have some very talented players. And especially here of late over the last 5 years, we've obviously had some remarkable basketball players. This
was an impressive showing by your team because of how you guys were able to close out quarters. Let's start with that first quarter because that's the segment that really sticks out to me. 16-15, about 3/4 of a minute to go, and then Tori Rutherford and Abby Wilson just start to do everything possible. 8 unanswered. How important was that run for this win?
Well, I told them in the locker room that we got outscored by 2 in the second half. So really the 2 runs that I think where we ended the first and second quarters were probably what won us the basketball game because those were quick buckets. I know in the second quarter I think we were talking on the bench. We had scored like 4 points at one point in time, and then we started getting some stuff out of our press and ended up, scoring 17 in that second quarter at a time. And those are the things that those kids can do when they're playing together. And so was really happy with our first half performance, especially the way we kind of battled through some pressing. Obviously, you saw in the second half, we kind of had to get out of that a little bit because we really weren't comfortable in the half court, and we felt like the one way that they could beat us was if they got easy stuff out of transition and certainly out of our press.
Well, when we talked the other day, we talked about how this matchup was going to be a matchup of 2 teams that really like to protect the basketball, and here we are. 18 turnovers for you, 15 for them, but just 6 after halftime.
Yep.
The ability to hold on to that ball, get to the free throw line as well. 2 key difference makers in this game. Why was your team able to make adjustments on the fly?
Well, I think they just got kind of squirrely with it there in the first half. And in the second half, we had talked about, coming to 2 feet and planning, and then finding the open guy instead of trying to do it in such a hurry. And that's why we're down here. I love playing teams that are really good, and certainly they're a very good basketball team, and they're very athletic. And if you want to do stuff throughout the year, certainly in our league and even further, you got to put yourselves in these environments to play a team that's going to play a lot like us, and press and try to turn you over. And, yes, our assist-to-turnover ratio wasn't in a positive, but like you said, in the second half we took care of the basketball much better.
This is also that kind of game where when you look back at teams that have affected you in the past, some speed, the ability to press, this could be a growing up moment for you because of what Abby Wilson, Campbell Penland, Braylon Weichel, Tori Rutherford were able to do. How important was the overall depth of the roster in tonight's game?
Well, I think it really helped us, especially in the first half, because we rolled the 2 units and we pressed, and I felt like that we were able to get some stuff, obviously, out of transition and push the ball down the floor. Now, in the second half, we kind of slowed it down, and they didn't see a lot of pressure out. We tried it a little bit, but, again, I just didn't feel like we were getting the production out of it. We got some foul trouble, started to have to go 1-for-1 substitutions. But overall, I'm certainly pleased, obviously with our ball control and coming in here to a place that's typically very difficult to play. I think I've said this before, they're probably not going to lose very many games in here this particular season.
Now you turn your sights back into conference play. You start a string of 11 in a row against a Wingate club that has shot the ball pretty well this season. I think entering tonight they were actually number 1. They had displaced you for high mark efficiency rating. What's going to be the challenge against the Bulldogs on Saturday?
Well, obviously we haven't done a lot of research on them. I know them. I know Coach Hancock, and I know their players, but they've obviously playing very well on the offensive end. Picked up some very nice wins of late. I don't know if they even played tonight and what they did, but yeah, they've got the players to do it, and they got the players to shoot a high field goal percentage, especially with their size. And so we'll can get this one in, and then we'll start looking at Wingate and how we can try to pick up another victory at home. And obviously with Wingate, it's always a tough challenge, and we'll try to do our best from a defensive standpoint.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. Enjoy some turkey for your 200th win.
Yeah, we'll try. Thank you, Michael.
It's Coach Mike Mincey. So the ladies.